in my mind, this was the main goal, was to get back here, and it worked out.
Ned was just saying how he expects this team to be every bit as hungry as last year to win back-to-back titles. Are you sensing that? Do you feel that this team's going to come back and they're not going to sit back on what was accomplished?
Absolutely. I think it's just the personality of the guys we have on this team, just the work ethic we're going to put in. And, you can take, last year, for example. I mean, we got to the World Series Game 7. We could have been satisfied with that, and no, we came back even hungrier. So, the guys have a lot of respect for the game and the way we approach it. And, I don't think just because we won last year, we're going to take anything off. So, I think it's just the locker room chemistry we have is going to be great.
Hey, Alex, how's it feel to have that patch on your sleeve, man?
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I can't wait for the ring. That'll be a little bit better. So, looking forward to that Sunday night against the Mets. So, should be cool.
You consider everything that you've been through with the organization, coming up and switching positions, man, and then back here, signing a deal and being a world champ.
The last few years have been pretty amazing. Just myself personally, going through just a lot of struggles myself personally, and the team. So to get to where we're at right now is pretty enjoyable, and I know a lot of guys enjoy it too on the team. So I don't feel like we're going to let up at all. We don't want to let this go. So it's pretty fun to have.
Going into spring training too, you guys are basically all intact, with maybe right field about the only position, right? I mean, how does that feel to have the majority of this group back here to go try to do it again?
Well, you just get that those relationships where there's no, you don't lose a beat when you come to spring training. Everybody knows everybody. We all know what we're going to expect from every guy, and you said it. The only spot we really missed is Rios in right field, but Dyson's just as capable as playing just as well as Rios. So, and then you have Paulo. So it's not like we're missing too much. So. We feel pretty comfortable where we're at.
A lot of people say that the chemistry doesn't matter, especially the guys that are really statistically driven. How much does it matter? I mean, you guys have it, but how much does it matter when it comes to?
Well, I mean, some people are going to agree with it, and some people aren't. I'm a big believer in it. Just you play 162 games. Sometimes, I've been on teams, in Kansas City where the chemistry hasn't been there, and there's a lack of motivation probably, and just a lack of effort on the field. So we all play together. We all want to succeed together, and it definitely helps when you get along with everybody in that locker room, and it's fun to be around. So
isn't that evident in these late game comebacks throughout October? Because ego comes up a lot, but it seems like this team just leaves it at the hotel.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to mention that just as an example, just the postseason, how we came back over and over again, and it's just the fight we have within each other that we want to pull together and all work for the same goal, and that's making a comeback and getting a good win. So you can take that for example for sure.
The team's already a World Series champion. Make the commitment this offseason, and then go out and sign Ian Kennedy and Joaquin Soto to very un-Kansas City-like contracts from back in the day. What kind of message does that send to a clubhouse that was probably all ready to go, even if you don't bring in?
Well, it's a different time. Just we're winning. It's great to be in Kansas City. I think a lot of players know that, so they want to come here. Obviously we're spending a little bit more money, but we have a better team, and guys, not only myself but other guys like Hosmer, Moustakas, Canes, it's going to happen with them too. So it's just part of the game. It's how it works, and I like where we're at right now. Dane's done a lot of good things this offseason with picking up pitchers and all that good stuff. So it's exciting.
Somebody brought this up to me. The team hasn't had somebody with the C on the chest since Sweeney. Has that been brought up? Is that something you would welcome?
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like people look at me as kind of a leader, but
How's Colson the captain?
well, I look at Haas as a leader too. So I feel like there's a lot of guys, and there's no reason to go out there and put that pressure on someone. So I'm just going to be myself and hopefully keep leading by example and keep being that guy. So I don't think a C really needs to explain that. I just think me coming to work every day doing what I do is good enough of an example. So
I'm assuming you're healthy right now, Alex.
yeah, no cast
Yeah,
this year. So it's
what's that going to be like to go to spring training and
yeah. Last year was frustrating. Just not having I'm big on off-season workouts and trying to get ready for an upcoming season. So that's what I've been focused on this year, and everything's healthy, everything's good. Had the physical and everything, and obviously they saw everything. So yeah, everything's good right now, and I'm looking forward to being there with my teammates. And the thing I hate the most is when we start games or we play in games during the season, and I can't help out the team, and that's kind of how it was last year a lot. So biggest goal for me this year is just staying healthy and being on the field for the team.
look growing, man?
Growing's good. Yeah.
It looked painful. All
Yeah, it didn't. That was the first time I ever did anything like that, and I don't want to do it again. So it's I'm paying a lot of attention to it this off season, getting it right. So.
With your journey, coming all the way up through the system, you rode the wave with this organization. Does the meaning of the experience feel different for you than maybe for some of your teammates?
It could. I think the joy is there no matter what. We're in the World Series, so that's what we work on as little kids, not just being with the organization. You grow up as a kid wanting to play baseball and wanting to win the World Series. So, I think everybody has that joy, but just I think the relationship I have with Kansas City is maybe a little bit different than other guys. Just it really feels like my home, and this is just something that is very special to me. So it's pretty cool.
Guthrie always mentioned letting one of those World Series moments soak in and talked about that in 14. Is there a moment in particular for you that kind of stands out as like the soak-in moment, the one you won't forget that seems like it lasted longer than it did?
Probably going out in the 14th inning after we scored 5 runs. Everyone always asks you after the game, has it soaked in yet? And really it soaked in that 14th inning when I ran out to left field and all the Mets fans were gone, and it was just all Royals fans chanting. And it's that inning seemed like it took forever, but it was well worth it just because I soaked it all in. It was pretty magical.
You watched the home run in the bottom of the ninth of Game 1 now?
I've seen it a couple of times. Yeah, people. Everywhere I go, someone says something to me. So it's. I think when it happens at that time, you don't realize how big it is until after it's all over, and you can kind of reflect on it and see how special it really was, and how much it meant to a lot of people. So
you hit a home run in the bottom of the ninth to tie the game, but you don't realize at that moment like how.
Well, I'm just so focusing on the game. We hadn't won the game yet, so obviously I'm excited that we tied it, but I don't think you realize how big it is until it's over, and people start saying things to you, and you realize how much it means not only to yourself but to other people.
Wish you would have flipped the bat differently. Look at that.
No, I'm not that guy, but some people just get caught up in the moment. So usually when I hit a home run, I don't know that I did it, so I have to run as hard as I can. So that's usually how it goes for me.
Does Joaquin look similar to the last time he was around?
I just saw him about 5 minutes ago before I saw you guys, and still the same guy, nice personality, fun to be around. So I think Dayton does a good job of getting those quality players as far as personality goes. And obviously we know Joaquin from the past and knew that he fit in perfectly with our team. So yeah, we're excited to have him back.
Any other guys you wish during that time could be here for this moment? Like, Sori gets to come back during what is the best time to be a Royal, essentially. Any other guys you played with during maybe some of the earlier years that you wish could come back?
Ooh, wow. I have some favorite players. Ross Glode was always one of mine. David DeJesus. Mike Aviles was always a huge fan of mine. So, there's a lot of guys that, I wish could come back, but I'm pretty happy with the team we have right now.
What's it been like, Alex, since you got back in KC and the response and feeling that?
Well, it's back in my hometown too, in Lincoln. It's kind of the same way, just because Lincoln, Nebraska really doesn't have a professional team, so everybody roots for Kansas City. So it's kind of the same atmosphere I get, whether I'm in Lincoln or here. But it's crazy, the response and just the recognition you get wherever you go. So it's definitely a good problem to have, and yeah, I think we're enjoying it.
You bought lunch yet, or you still buying it?
No. I've bought a couple lunches, but that was kind of threw me off guard a little bit that day. It was pretty funny. It's something me and the trainer got to laugh about after we got done eating. So very nice of him, though. So.